Hey, Vera and Finley McGinley, it's Nana Nani. Yes, and today I'm reading you a book in a cabin called The Orchard Cabin in Petoskey State Park. And Pop is down at the beach picking up driftwood. I so wanted to read to you down there, but the wind is so horrendous here, you'd never be able to hear me, so I came back to the cabin. So, well, Vera, your mom has a book that either we got her or Aunt Sally, and it's called, it's about Huckle the cat and Lowly the worm, and I think it's Huckle's Day in Busy Town or something like that. Anyhow, it was too kind of big, so I'll read that next time, okay? But your mama really, really likes this book, Chrysanthemum by Kevin Henkes. So I am going to read this to you. Alrighty dighty. Here's the first page. Wait, can you see that well? Alright. The day she was born was the happiest day in her parents' lives. She's perfect, said her mother. Absolutely, said her father. And she was. She was absolutely perfect. Okay. Boy, something's in the way here. Sorry about that. Well, her name must be everything she is, said her mother. Her name must be absolutely perfect, said her father. And it was Chrysanthemum. Her parents named her Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum grew and she grew and grew, and when she was old enough to appreciate it, Chrysanthemum loved her name. And you know what, Vera? I think your mama likes this book because her name, Shoshana, grew on her. At one point, she told me when she grew up, she was going to go by her middle name, which is Rose. But I believe she likes Shoshana now. Here's the next page. I think I'll show you one at a time. Okay. She loved the way it sounded when her mother woke her up. She loved the way it sounded when her father called her for dinner. And she loved the way it sounded when she whispered it to herself in the bathroom mirror. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Well, Chrysanthemum loved the way her name looked when it was written with ink on an envelope. She loved the way it looked when it was written with icing on her birthday cake. And she loved the way it looked when she wrote it herself with her orange crayon. Chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum, chrysanthemum. Well, Chrysanthemum thought her name was absolutely perfect, and then she started school. On the first day, Chrysanthemum wore her sunniest dress and her brightest smile. She ran all the way. Hooray, said Chrysanthemum, school! But when Mrs. Chudd took roll call, everyone giggled upon hearing Chrysanthemum's name. Boy, maybe I should have turned the light on. That wasn't very nice of them, was it? It's so long, said Joe. It scarcely fits on her name tag, said Rita, pointing. I'm named after my grandmother, said Victoria. You're named after a flower. Chrysanthemum wilted. She did not think her name was absolutely perfect. She thought it was absolutely dreadful. The rest of the day was not much better. During nap time, Victoria raised her hand and informed Mrs. Chudd that Chrysanthemum's name was spelled with 13 letters. That's exactly half as many letters as there is in the alphabet. Victoria exclaimed. Thank you for sharing that with us, Victoria, said Mrs. Judd. Now put your head down. If I had a name like yours, I'd change it, said Victoria, as the students lined up to go home. I wish I thought I could, Chrysanthemum considered miserably. Welcome home, said her mother. Welcome home, said her father. School's no place for me, said Chrysanthemum. My name is too long, it scarcely fits on the chalkboard, and I'm named after a flower. Oh, psst, said her mother. Your name is beautiful. And precious and priceless and fascinating, said Winsome, said her father. It's everything you are, said her mother. Absolutely perfect, said her father. Well, you know what? We are going to stop right there, and I will read some more to you next week. I love you so, so much. To my Vera and my Finley McGinley from Nani.